This is Augie's week 3 video recap. So we're going to start out by charging our clicker, just like we've been doing at the beginning of each of our training sessions. So this is just a reminder to the puppies, we want them making a really solid association between hearing that click and being rewarded with a piece of food. So again, we do this at the beginning of each training session before we get started with any of the skills that we're working on. We've been continuing to work on having the puppies follow a food lure this week, but we are doing this while they're wearing a collar and leash. We've also been adding a little more distance to this. So I already have my leash attached to my collar. It's just one less thing I'll have to fumble around with once I get it on Auggie here. I'm going to show him a couple pieces of food, and then I'm going to drop it on the ground. And as he's eating that food off the ground, that's when I'm going to get that collar on him. Did you find them all? And then we're going to move right into our following a food lure. So this week we are still pairing it with the puppies' names, but we are getting them to move a little further with us. Auggie. Good boy. Auggie. Nice work, buddy. And I do like to practice this with both hands. Auggie. Auggie. Nice work, buddy. We've been continuing to work on our touch command. So the goal this week is to get our dogs to hit our hand with their snout without us having any food in our hand to start out with. So I am going to do one repetition first with food in my hand, and then I'm going to transition to not having that food in my hand. Auggie, touch. Good boy. Auggie, touch. So that time I did not have food in my hand. Still marking and rewarding. And then I do like to practice this with both hands. Auggie, touch. Good boy. And we'll do one more here. Auggie, touch. Good job. Good boy. We've been continuing to work on our sits. So for this week, we're asking the puppies to sit without having food in our hand to start out with. Auggie, sit. Good boy. So again, still marking and rewarding once he gets into position. Just getting rid of having that food in our hand to start out with. I'm giving him some follow-up cookies for maintaining that sit. Go get it. Using that get it cookie to release him out of position. Auggie, sit. Good boy. Go get it. We'll do one more. Auggie, sit. Good job, buddy. Go get it. Good job. For our downs this week, we are starting to get rid of the food lure on that as well. So for Auggie, I'm going to cue him to down, and I'm just going to point to the ground without having food in my hand to start. I'm still going to mark and reward once he gets into that position. So I'm going to toss a reset because he just put himself into a down. Go get it. And we'll start over here. Auggie, down. Good boy. So I just pointed to the floor, did not have a food lure in my hand. I am going to give some follow-up cookies just like we were doing for that sit, just to encourage him to stay in that position. Go get it. We'll do that again. Auggie, down. Good boy. Smart puppy. Go get it. Good job, buddy. Auggie, down. Nice work. Okay, and then I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get the leash and collar off of him since he's in this nice down. So I'm going to get him licking a piece of food while I find the clip on the collar. Oh, you flopped over, bud. happened? Go get it. You're silly. Here. What a nut. Okay. We've been working on our flying cookie game with the puppies. So that is where we toss a piece of food away. As the dog is eating that piece of food, we call their name, and then we are marking and rewarding for their response to their name. But this week, when I toss the piece of food away, I'm going to move where I am. So it's going to be a little less predictable to him as to where I am when I'm calling him. Auggie, go get it. Auggie. Good boy. Go get it. Auggie. Go get it. Auggie. Good boy. Nice work, buddy. Go get it. Auggie. Good boy. Nice work. We've been continuing to work on our mat skill. We're going to do that next. So this week, we are leaving the mat in the same spot, and then we are wanting the dog to offer us a down position on the mat before we mark and reward them. So with this, I am just going to say, Auggie, go to your mat. I'm not going to give him an additional DOWN cue, because big picture end goal of mat is you say, hey, go to your mat, and your dog just will settle into that nice down position. So I'm going to help him the first few repetitions, and then I'm going to see if he's able to offer it on his own. Auggie, go to your mat. So waiting to click and reward until he's in that nice down position. I'm going to reward a few times for him maintaining that position. I'm also, you can see I'm taking some steps away. I want him getting used to the fact that I'm not always going to be right next to him. Go get it. Auggie, go to your mat. What a good boy. Nice work, buddy. Go get it. I'm releasing him off the mat in different directions as well. Auggie, go to your mat. So now we're going to see if he'll offer me the down. And I'll wait like a good 10 seconds. And then if he's still not doing it, then I would help him. But look at that. Just gave him a few seconds to figure it out, and he got it. What a good boy. Go get it. We'll do that again. Auggie, go to your mat. So he needed a little help there. I think he could hear one of his siblings moving around upstairs. Good boy. Go get it. Let's see if we can do that again here. Auggie, go to your mat. Good puppy. Nice work. Good boy, Auggie. Go get it. And we're going to do one last one here. Auggie, go to your mat. So I'm going to help him on this one. Again, he can hear one of his siblings barking upstairs, so I think it's distracting him a little bit, and that's fine. I'm just going to help him out. Go get it. Nice work, buddy. Good boy. Okay. We've been continuing to work with the crate this week, so with this we're just adding some duration of them staying in the crate with the door closed, And a little bit of distance, meaning I'm able to move away from the crate and he stays nice and calm. Come here, bud. What are you doing? Go get it. Auggie, hello. Good boy. So he's gotten really good at getting into his kennel without needing to use food. I'm still going to mark and reward once he goes in there, but I no longer have to throw food in to get him to go in it. So just adding some duration and distance. As long as he remains calm, I'll come back and reward him a couple times before I let him out. Good work, bud. And then when I am ready to let them out of the crate, continuing to meet them right at the threshold. Okay, having them wait to hear that okay before they come out of the crate. Kennel. Auggie. Where you going, bud? Kennel. That time I did help him out getting in. But again, you can hear one of his siblings upstairs making some noise. But that's alright, just working through distraction. Good job, buddy. Nice work, bud. So again, I'm going to meet him at that threshold. Okay, nice work, Auggie. This week we introduced the puppies to grooming tools that make sound. So for this I'm using a nail Dremel. You could also use a pair of clippers or a hair dryer. You just want to keep in mind that the louder the tool, the further away from the dog you want to start out with it. So my nail Dremel is relatively quiet, so I'm going to start with it kind of on my side. If you are starting out with a noisier grooming tool, I would suggest putting it behind your back just to muffle the sound a little bit. What is happening here, buddy? Here, go get it. So to start out, what I'm going to do is when the Dremel turns on, I'm going to start to drop food. I want him to have a nice neutral response to hearing the sound of the Dremel. So I'm going to start with it at my side. Dremel turns on. I start to drop food, one piece at a time. Food stops, and then I shut off the Dremel. I'm going to toss a reset. Go get it. And then we're going to do that same thing a second time, except this time I'm going to have it a little more forward. I'm going to set it on the floor. Auggie. Okay, food stops, Dremel shuts off. Go get it. I'm going to toss a reset. We'll do that a third time. Okay, Dremel shuts off, food stops. Go get it. Good boy. We've been continuing to work on their body handling this week as well. So we've been doing some restraint holds. Yes. Whoops. We've been working on handling their paws. So this week we're focusing on really singling out one of their toes and getting the nail out in preparation for a nail trim. So I'll get him on a piece of food. I'll pick up one of his paws, and while he's licking that food, I'm just going to isolate one of the toes, bring the nail out. Yes, good boy. Good job, buddy. For their face this week, we're continuing to work on handling their ears, so massaging a little bit longer, adding some duration and a little bit of light pressure. Yes. For their eyes, just continuing to gently pull their eyelids up so we can get a good look at their eyes. Here, go get it. Let's toss a little reset. You're a squirmy worm today, bud. There we go. Much better. Yes, good boy. And then for their mouth, just lifting up their lips, we can get a good look at their gums. Yes, good boy. You look a wet noodle today, buddy. That is it for Augie's week 3 video recap. Make sure that you're looking at your video library as well as your handouts for more information on the skills we've been working on with the puppies this week. Good boy.